What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sports Dad back with more information. Listen, I got another video for you. In this one, we're gonna talk about poking at your weaknesses and what that actually means. Are you ready to poke at your weaknesses? Let's go. Before we get started, you already know what you got to do. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like and share as much information as possible. I would love it if you would comment below as well. Let me know if you dig into content, or if you got questions, or if you got other topics that you want me to dig into. We'll definitely tackle that as well. But what do you mean about poking at your weaknesses? When you go to the dentist for your routine cleaning, a lot of times they get to scraping and they poking at your teeth or whatnot. And if you don't follow the proper protocol and taking care of your teeth at home, when you get to the dentist, there's going to be some level of bleeding during the cleaning process. I know this because it happened to me. And once I became educated in taking care of my teeth, then what happened was that I developed a routine at home that kind of mimicked what they did to you at the dentist. So initially when I started doing it from home, I dealt with some level of bleeding, right? But I noticed that the more I did it, the less I bled, to the point that it became second nature, and I no longer had any issues with bleeding in my teeth when I did the proper cleaning. After each meal, I would go in and do my floss and get all the way down in the gums, right? And then after that, I'll do my brushing and things like that. And it got to a point where I no longer bled anymore. Why did that happen? Because my teeth became accustomed to me poking at them. And of course, that relates into the athletic world as well. A lot of times during athletic events, during practices and things like that, you are experiencing some level of bleeding. And I'm not talking about the blood that you actually see on a Band-Aid or blood that you would see when a doctor takes blood from you. I'm talking about bleeding as in you're not being where you need to be skill-wise. I'm referring to the bleeding of you're not being at a certain level in regards to your athletic events. So in basketball, you may be turning the ball over because your ball handling skills are not up to par, right? That is a level of bleeding. You may be turning over the basketball because your passing is not where it needs to be. That is a level of bleeding. You may not be that great of a defender in basketball. That is a level of bleeding. In football, you may have a problem with job security and fumble the ball 3 or 4 times a game. You may have a problem with your hands as a wide receiver because you just can't catch that well. Or you may have a problem with speed because you're not that fast. In whatever sport that you are participating in, this methodology applies. In whatever sporting event that you're choosing to participate in, this methodology applies. How do you stop the bleeding? You stop the bleeding by poking at your weaknesses. How do you poke at your weaknesses? There are multiple ways that you can do this, but some of the common ways is this. When you have an opportunity to work on your game by yourself without a trainer and things like that, you must work on the right things. If you're already strong at a list of things, work at the things that you're not strong at. That's if you want to expand your game. That's if you want to stand out. If you want to be average, then continue doing what you're doing. But if you want to maximize on your opportunities of being recruited, if you want to maximize on your opportunities of having great games and great outcomes in your sporting events, you must expand and you must poke at your weaknesses. I see this all the time in young athletes where when they have an opportunity to put some work in, they're working on the wrong things. You should know what your weaknesses are, and if you don't know what your weaknesses are, that means that you're not in tune with your game. And if you don't know what your weaknesses are, then you need to get with trusted sources, maybe it be your friends, maybe it be your coaches, and ask them like, hey, what do I need to work on? What do you think I'm weak at, right? And then they'll give you an honest assessment, but they have to be trusted sources. Another way of working on or poking at your weaknesses is getting with the right people and getting with the right people that work you out, right? So if you want to hire a trainer, or if you have the ability to hire a trainer, someone that can push you and push you beyond what you would normally do, that is an excellent way to poke at your weaknesses. But it's imperative that you get in contact with the right people, because a lot of times what people will do is take your money and not necessarily push you like you need to be pushed. So you want to make sure that you're getting with trainers that knows what they're doing, a trainer that's going to challenge you, a trainer that's going to push you beyond what you normally would do. During the off season, this is where you you get better. This is where you hone in on your craft, right? If you're coming back as the same player that you were the previous season, that means you're not getting better. Every season you should see an improvement in your game. So during the off season, that is a perfect time for you to take advantage of that. During the off season, we are working. I'm gonna take you inside a little bit. I'm gonna take you inside a little bit of a workout that I'm at right now with my son. He's at a running back workout, and we're in the smack dead of winter, right? We're in early January, and he's yet still putting in football work, right? Because the season is coming. I'm gonna take you in on the inside a little bit, and when I do, I want you to pay close attention to the trainer and watch how he's actually pushing to go beyond to what he's normally accustomed to. Let's go.
Here we go. Now do it again. So, not bad. But give me a little more, like you ain't really trying to punch hard, but a little more contact. Because the way you step down right there, I'll be able to grab you attack. Just get a little more contact to get me off of it. There we go. Good. Let's do one more. Three to the other side now. Elongate your arm, what's gonna happen? They gonna try to arm tackle you or whatever, you gonna get separation. But now don't let them get a body reach.
So as soon as I land,
yeah, there you go.
I thought I was supposed to get it on.
So you can shuffle this way somebody. If you see him getting close, that's where that running back instinct comes in. Stick that arm out, explode it out. Stick. Here we go. There we go. Good. Set. Hit. Ball. Get back. Let's go. Ball. Get back. Let's go. Good. Relax. Now we go. Oh, already know. Set. Hit. Good. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Good. Relax. Take a breather. This side of everyone. That's where you start at. Everyone. Go. No, you open up. Say it. Hit it. Let's go. Repeat. On this side. Let's go. Repeat. Let's go. That's that resistance training I'm talking about, baby. How that feel? Stand low, working on power, right? If anybody try to tackle you from behind, that should be a no. A no-go. Nobody should be pulling you from behind. Yo, what's up, guys? It's James Gonzalez, Mr. Work 365 P himself. RB Renegades all day. Running backs come get me. We are located at 2655 Orchard Lake Road, Unit 109, Silver Lake, Michigan 48320. Let's get this money, baby. Yes, sir. Hey, coming back. All right, it's quick though. Pivot, press, on gate, come back, under control. All right. Every time I say hit, you go attack and do it fast. All right. Say it. Hit. One. Hit. 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 Four. Pivot that back leg. Hit. Five. Relax. Other side. Set. Hit. 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 Three. Hit. Four. Hit. Five. Good. Relax.
Listen, I done told you once and I done told you twice. If you want to know more about recruiting, listen, you already know the rest. Yeah.